Hello everyone. Welcome to my video today. If you're here live, welcome to my live stream. I am going to be doing a little bit more of my favorite deck here, Graveyard Ninjutsu. And hopefully getting some more wins, not losses. Can't remember, I think I went 2-2 last time, not really sure. It's a really fun deck though, love it. So, hopefully you enjoy this here. Now I'm going to show you the deck first now. This is the first time I'm actually showing you it. The first two videos I don't really go into that, so here I will. So basically we're playing, for our spells, we're playing 3 Fading Hopes, 2 Fake Your Own Deaths, which brings my stuff back there trying to kill, and it gives me a treasure token. Very useful for keeping all this stuff alive down here. Later, Infernal Grasps for destroying creatures, removal. Hero's Downfall, more creature removal, and also Planeswalker removal. I'm going to be playing these 2 enchantments here called the Cruelty of Gix. Target opponent's going to reveal their hand. I take a creature or Planeswalker card from it and they discard it. And that's phase 1. Phase 2 is going to be I search my library for a card, put that card into my hand, then shuffle. I lose 3 life. And then phase 3 is put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's great. That's where the graveyard part comes in. One of the only few parts where the graveyard part comes in. A lot of it's the graveyard of my enemy and just ninjutsu ability. So that's the spell aspect of it, not the creature part. I think I gave you everything with the creatures. So yeah, once again, 3 Fading Hopes to protect my stuff, bring it back to my hand, or get rid of their threats, throw it away back to their hand. The Fake Your Own Deaths, basically protection for my creatures, and it helps me get that treasure token or extra land that I need, which I usually do need. So it helps in 2 aspects there. The Infernal Grasps is the 2-drop removal to help destroy creatures. And then the Hero's Downfall is also to kill creatures and the Planewalkers. And then the 2 Cruelty of Gix. There's the 2 tricks that really blend in well with what I'm doing here in the deck. And then yeah, basically get back to this here. For the creatures, I'm going to be playing 2 of my 1-drops, my 1-mana blue drops. The Thousand-Faced Shadow. He's a human ninja. He's got flying, he's a 1/1, and he's got an ability that helps him copy a creature later if you're attacking with 2 or more creatures basically. I don't do that very often, but he basically turns into a 2/2 flyer with the Silver Fur Master, which is the next creature I'm going to show you here. And there's 4 of him in here. He's got Ninjutsu 2 there, and then he also has 1 mana for ninjutsu abilities costing 1 less. Yeah, I mean, all ninjutsu abilities basically I activate cost 1 colorless less to activate, is what I'm saying. And then other ninja and rogue creatures I control get 1/1, so it's going to boost up just about everything except for my big giant Toxrill. Everything gets boosted, and then the other 2-drop I play here is the Nezumi Prowler. So when he enters the battlefield, target creature I control is going to get Death Touch and Lifelink. It's just a great way to get a little bit of life back, because I'm losing life from Infernal Grasp, I'm losing life from Cruelty of Gix, I'm just basically losing life a little bit, and then life that they're hitting me for. So it works great for that. And then he's a 3/1, so he just comes in and he's pretty much a threat. He dies easily, but he brings a trick with him. And then my 3-drops are going to be 2 of the Planeswalkers, making unblockable ninjas. And it helps you draw cards and discard as well. So I got 2 of Kaito Shizuki and 4 of the other 3-drop. And that is my legendary creature, Human Ninja Satoru Umezawa. And he's amazing because he basically lets you look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them in your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And that ability triggers only once each turn, but that's every time you do ninjutsu, once a turn. And each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu for 2 colorless, 1 blue, and 1 black. That's key. That's what the deck's built around, is that ability on Satoru Umezawa, that last ability where it says each creature card in your hand has ninjutsu. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that ability and I'm doing stuff with it, and I'll explain that later. Just let me finish the, so that's the end of the 3 drops, and now I'm going to go on to the 4 drops, and that's Gisa. We play 3 of her. It says that if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. And at the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with Gisa Glorious Resurrector out of the battlefield under your control. They gain decay. So it's kind of like graveyard ninjutsu in a way too, because you're basically killing their creatures. Technically, they're going to the graveyard, but they're not really, technically to the rules. And then they're coming back under your control in the next upkeep. So they are in the graveyard till your next upkeep. So graveyard ninjutsu coming into play with Gisa there. And then Katos, the silent spider, she's going to come in, enter the battlefield, exit target card other than the basic land card from an opponent's graveyard. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Super good, I promise. Then that player shuffles. For as long as you control Katos, you may play one of the exiled cards, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. So you basically get to cast their stuff against them and take that choice completely away from them. Out of their hand, their library, their graveyard, take it all away, exile it, and you get to cast one of them against them. It's actually pretty good. And so I play 3 Katoses, and then here's my big giant Death and Destruction that I can fit in here somehow in standard deck. Normally you wouldn't be able to fit a 7-drop into a standard deck, but I can bring in the 2 Tox rolls, or the Katoses, or the Gisas, which all cost 4, 5, or 6, 7, and I can bring that all in with Satoru Umezawa's ability right there for 4. So if they don't block the unblockable ninja from him, the flyer, whatever it is, if they don't block it, I can pay 4 mana and cheat the Tox roll in, and he comes right into the battlefield and starts doing its evil stuff. And real quickly, I'll read his ability. It says at the beginning of each end step, put a slime counter on each creature you don't control. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 for each slime counter on them. Whenever a creature you don't control with a slime counter on it dies, create a 1/1 black slug creature token. And then pay a blue and black, sacrifice a slug, draw a card. It's really awesome and does amazing things. So that's the deck, and then just 9 islands, 10 swamps, and 4 of these shipwrecked marshes. No tricks other than that. I believe I did have... There was the black land. Let me go take a look here. There may be a black land that I can use, but I don't know. Let's go take a look. And it's going to freeze. Okay. Here it is. And I messed up because I'm actually supposed to be having 2 of these in there. There we go. I don't know why I forgot that. That's key. Because that'll allow me to bring more stuff back from the graveyard. You know what the heck? We'll throw in an Auto or a Soaring City. We got 2 of those? No. We'll throw in one of those. Just gives you options. These things just give you some more options and you're not taking anything away really. And you know what's crazy is I've got to update that. Bear with me a moment, folks. Check this out. I update all my decks on mtggoldfish.com. Check this out. I highly recommend doing that. I already forgot the name. Ottawa. There it is. And one of those. Take away one island. And then we gotta add the other one, which is called Takanuma. Find swamps are clear up here. No idea why I did that. We're gonna fix that. This should be 8. Let's see if this matches up. 8, 8. It does. 8, 8, and then the 1 and then the 2. There, now it's updated with a few more options. And that's basically the deck. I think I explained it all in pretty good detail there. So yeah, you're going to be able to cheat in these big guys. Maybe cheat in one of them for 4. You can cheat her in for 4 and she costs 5 too. I did that once. But really what you're going for is to try to cheat him, and that's your secret little trick you're really trying to go for. And then other than that, the deck works for itself for the most part, besides that. And if everything works together, which sometimes it does, it's a magnificent thing to behold. So let's get to it. You guys got to see me make my maybe final tweak on the deck here. I'll jump right in here. Alright, I'm going to go into silent non-camera mode as they call it here, so bear with me while I play a game or two, and I'll jump back in and from time to time.